Hello, everyone. Wherever you find yourself, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is for you. Just know that it is my desire that it is good, that it is the best, and that you find yourself surrounded by only loving energy. So let's get started. We're not going to waste any time today dilly-dallying with small talk. Of course, I really want to say thanks from the bottom of my heart. I want to shout out some gratitude to all of you who have responded. All of the subscriptions that we have almost 60 subscribers, so it's a nice group. I want to give a shout out to all of the communities that have been supporting the Antonanco Art School, the New York Shamanic Circle, the Shamanistas from the Shaman Dome of Burning Man, the community from the Indigo Room, Sydney Chase. Thank you so much for all of your support. We were doing readings on the show. We were doing free readings. So if you guys want a free reading anytime this month, you can tune in to the Indigo Room. Nice YouTube channel. You can find it, Sydney Chase, also on Facebook. Thank you so much. And all the individuals, Shu, Oceani, the goddess group, all the goddesses from St. Louis, Shai from Belize, the community from Honduras, the Bouye group from the Bronx. Hey, I can't believe it. All of these priestesses and goddesses from the Bronx, New York, y'all. Shout out to you. And yes, I will be attending your event this month. Thank you for the invite. Thank you to my farmers who have been planting and harvesting and just totally rejoicing. I'm sorry I'm not there right now, but I'll be there soon. Okay, so now let's get on with it. What I wanted to talk about today, again, continuing with our ancestral tradition of working and healing with the ancestors, I wanted to talk to you about the one kingdom that I work with, which is the plant kingdom. Now, we spoke earlier in Healing with the Ancestors about the power animals. And so on this video, I want to talk about the power of the plants, the power of the healing plants. In the Garifuna cosmology, the way I was taught and trained, we do not separate healing from spirituality. It is the same to us. And we rely on the wisdom of the ancestors to handle anything that life hands to us, to handle all of the vicissitudes of life. I work with the plant spirits. I work with the plant kingdom. I work with the ancestors that heal through plants. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. It is our belief that animals exist 50% in spirit world and 50% in the physical realm. Plants are the reverse of the humans having a spiritual experience. So we are maybe 80-90% in the physical realm, having 10 to 20% spiritual experience. The plants, on the other hand, are 80-90% spirit and 10 to 20% physical. So what we see in the plant kingdom, the physical part that we see, it's really just for our benefit. They're just manifesting this physicality to communicate with us. So what happens with the plants is they are that much ahead of all of the knowledge that is inherent in the world. They are completely connected to all of the wisdom and all of the data that comes from the world of creation. So what we believe is that all the plants that grow around us have insider information on what is going on with us. They know what we need to eat. They know what we need for emotional balance. They know what we need for spiritual cleansing. They know what we need to be able to heal. They know what we need for everything. So we're very cognizant of the type of plants that grow around us, and which is why we're not so quick to put herbicides or pesticides on our land. We first seek to understand, well, why is this plant growing? My mother taught me that when a human is developing a disease, let's say there is cataracts that are developing in your eyes. You can't see the cataracts yet. But at that same time, the plant kingdom is sending plants, sending herbals through the ground, from the bottom up, from the depths of the earth. It's sending these plants with the medicine that will dissolve cataracts. So when healers go and visit a household and someone is sick, the first thing we do is we walk around. Well, the first thing we do is we greet the person, but we walk around the person's land to see what plants are growing. And then we ask questions. Well, when did this plant come? And has this one always been here? That's part of a Garifuna consulta. That's part of a Garifuna medicine woman consultation, that we go and we observe the elements that are around that person's environment. And it's been my experience that almost 100% of the time that plant is growing there, with the exception of places where they have used Roundup, pesticides, herbicides, or some kind of poison on the ground. Or even insecticides will also alter the healing plants that can come, because all of these plants work with the animal kingdom. So every plant has some kind of critter, some kind of microorganism, or a nematode, or an ant, or something. It has a counterpart in the animal kingdom. So when we use pesticides, we might as well be killing the medicine plant. When we are killing the insect, we are also hindering the development and the growth and the manifestation of a healing plant. So that's something that we have to be more conscious of. Once we have looked at the land and assessed the plants, if they're not there, then we provide them. We get them from our garden. Also, as Garifuna wisdom keepers of the plant, it is our mission to know where our medicinal plants are planted, where they are in the forest, what their environments are. And when we don't have that information readily accessible, then we go into ceremony, we go into meditation to spiritually connect with these plants and their location. I just had an experience recently where we were doing a medicine bundle, and at least 3 of the plants that I was looking for were missing. So the coordinator took me to a botanical garden that was nearby. And even though they were completely out of season, and completely it was just totally whacked, these plants were there, and we were able to find them, and we were able to conduct the medicine bundle and the healing because the plants appeared. And this is something that every human being has the ability to do this. We just have to remember to listen. If we listen, we can hear the whispers of the plant spirits. So understanding that plants are here to support human life. We're here to work together. They're here to support us through what we go through. Birth, they're plants for fertility, for enhancing fertility, for assisting in labor, for facilitating painless labor. There are plants for sickness, or every single disease, every single ailment that humans can manifest. There are plants that exist with that medicine, that are now growing through the earth with that medicine. So the simple fact that we don't know what they are does not mean that they don't exist. So you can say right now, well, we have no knowledge of those plants. And that's true. You have no knowledge of those plants. But that does not deny the fact that they do exist. They are there. We keep looking and we keep looking, and they are there. And the more people focus on listening, on looking out for the information, at least opening up your mind for the possibility that the medicine you seek is in these plants, is enough for the plants to connect with you and call you and summon you and beckon you and do a come hither. You'll go for a walk in the park and you'll trip on the plant. It'll find you. We have plants that are specific for menopause, very specific for andropause, very specific for change of life, for transitioning into your white stage, which is after 52 years, you enter your white stage. There are plants for developing your psychic abilities. There are plants for enhancing the gifts that you have, your natural gifts. And there are plants that facilitate in the crossing over. So plants are here to help us handle birth, old age, sickness, and death. That is why they are here. At least that is the way it was taught to me. So I hope you've enjoyed our tidbits on working with plant spirits and what they bring for humanity and the different ways that they can help us. So I'm going to be doing individual videos on the different plants that help us humans through these transitions. We're going to do a video on the plants that facilitate birth, on the plants that are for dealing with different sicknesses and illnesses. And what I'd like for you to do is, I need you to help me here. What you could do is you can write me, send me the illnesses that you're dealing with, and the different sicknesses that you would like to have information on the plants about. So let me know whether it's family illnesses, inherited illnesses, and it doesn't matter how impossible you think that this illness is or how hereditary it is. What I want you to do is in the comment section, send me a note and say, hey, my family deals with diabetes or with some type of cancer or with arthritis. So that's what the comment section is for. Send me the illnesses that you have, and I will address those illnesses in the next few videos. I would much rather do a YouTube video on the illnesses that affect you and your family. So let me know, and I will cover every single one of them, and we'll just keep it going until everybody is satisfied. I will create a video on the plants that facilitate aging, that allow us to enter the different phases of life very gracefully, like menopause and andropause. We're going to treat that separately. And then the plants that we use in our Garifuna tradition to bring grace into crossing over. The plants that help us transition, that help us die happy, that help us handle end of life situations. So it's been really, really great talking to you this time. I'm telling you, I enjoy this more and more and more. Again, thank you, all of you, for your support, for the subscriptions. Those of you who have not subscribed, please do so now. Get in early so that you get all the good stuff. And don't forget to ring the bell. I just found out about the bell. So I really look forward to seeing you again. This is Arzu Mountain Spirit, bringing you the only radio show dedicated to your natural health and the healing powers inherent in nature. So I'll see you next week. Love you. Mwah. Bye-bye.